What beautiful weather. I leaned against my mop and looked up at the sky. Fluffy white clouds drifting across a perfect blue, the quintessential summer scene. Though the recent cold snaps meant you could feel autumn's footsteps approaching. Slowly lowering my gaze, I took in the water's surface mirroring that blue sky. Overflowing and crystal clear, the water sparkled like jewels each time the wind rippled it. Perfect pool weather. Not that I can swim in these clothes. I tugged at the hood of my thin green parka. I try to take care of it, but after years of wear it's gotten shabby and stained. I'd like to replace it soon, but it feels wasteful. It's not like I have money for clothes anyway. Wonder what everyone else is doing for fun. Pool cleaning duty naturally shoved onto me. Supposed to be a group task, but I'm doing it alone. Still, it was my turn on the roster, and I've got nothing better to do, so whatever. Honestly, I feel kind of refreshed. But I've been talking to myself way too much. And I'm starving. If we had school lunches like in Japan, I wouldn't be this hungry. Well, nothing to be done. No matter how much I wish, reality doesn't change. Alright, mostly done. Time for a break, let the hunger pangs pass before finishing up. I sat in that mysterious recessed space next to the shower. What's this even used for? Well, it's always been my spot, so who cares? Sigh. I want food. What I ate this morning was leftovers of leftovers from last night. After a full day of classes, I had zero energy left. My stomach let out a pathetic little growl, and feeling sorry for it, even though it's my own, I looked up. I held a thin hand, one that's never known a sunburn, against the dazzling light. So what? None of your voices. I dropped my hand and strained my ears. The voices grew louder, heading this way. This has nothing to do with you. What's with that attitude? Acting all high and mighty just because you're rich. You started this. Ah, they're at it again. A tall young man surrounded by several male students. Zefas Garcia, only son of a world-renowned magnate. Lean and toned. Refined, almost cold features. Top marks in both academics and athletics. Naturally, he attracted envy. Why he didn't attend some elite school instead of this remote town school, I had no idea. But he stood out without doing anything, constantly targeted. As I spaced out, the argument escalated. One student cornered Zefas against the pool's edge. The boy shouted something and shoved him, hard. Anyone could see. A shove like that shouldn't budge someone of Zefas's build. That's exactly why there was no hesitation. But his body swayed. Tipped over. Like slow motion. Before I knew it, I was in the water. Bubbles rose past me. I swung my arms, trying to surface, but my soaked clothes were too heavy. Even now, I was hungry. When was the last proper meal? This morning I'd barely eaten, crumbs, not enough to count. Yesterday the same. The day before, the day before that. As I traced it back, consciousness faded. Ah, so this is dying. Not as painful as I'd thought. A violent water sound. Someone smacked my back, hard. Cough, hack. Ha, ha, ha. As my foggy mind cleared, the first thing I saw was a perfectly blue sky. Hey. Are you okay? That voice. My vision steadied, and a figure came into focus. The person I'd tried to protect, Zefas. I'm fine. No problem. I put on my best likable smile, a survival skill I'd perfected. He peered at me with worry. You're not in pain? Did you get the water out? Ah. Achoo. Sorry. The wind's getting cold. My jacket, well, mine's soaked too. That's why I said I'm fine. I don't trust that. Wow, no need to be so blunt. Let's see. Sorry. Bear with it a moment. Before I could react, he slid his arms under my back and knees and lifted me right up. Carried me. Where are you going? I can walk. Actually, maybe not. Every ounce of energy was gone. Even talking was exhausting. I wanted to sleep. No, eat something first. Are you sleepy? I want food. I'm hungry. Ah, so that's why you're so light. He seemed to understand something. I really don't get this guy. Whatever. The warmth of his arms and the gentle vibration of his steps lulled me towards sleep like a cradle. I woke up in an unfamiliar bed. Soft. Clean-smelling. Zephas sat beside me. Nightmare, he asked. Just the usual. I looked around. Where am I? You don't remember? You collapsed at the pool. I brought you here, my house. He'd fed me. Proper food, warm and plentiful. I'd never known food could taste that good. Glad you liked it. Forgive me, but is your household truly that poor? He took my hand and turned back my sleeve. My clothes had been changed while I slept, without my permission. He stared at my arm, so thin the word barely covered it. Food must be scarce. People who give me food always say that with pity. But I don't quite see it that way. Near where I live, there are people with arms even thinner, like they might snap. I have enough strength to attend school daily. That makes me one of the lucky ones. I live in the ruined city. That probably tells you enough. Ah. He nodded, understanding immediately. The ruined city, a town swallowed by the crumbling remains of a city that collapsed centuries ago. Rubble everywhere. Buildings that could fall any moment. The country abandoned it rather than clear it. And people with nowhere else to go simply settled there. So anyone from this country knows instantly what it means to live there. You get labeled less than human. And honestly, the label isn't entirely wrong. Though I wish people wouldn't resort to violence the moment they discover you're from there. Just tell me with words and I'll disappear. Thank you for the food. And the clothes, the bed. Incredibly luxurious. I won't forget this. I laughed cheerfully. He'd been so kind it was almost funny. You don't have to forget. Don't hold back. From now on, I'll provide as much as you need. Starting tomorrow, I'll bring your lunch to school. We'll eat together. This guy is strange. I fell in the pool in his place, sure, but declaring he'll feed me forever is bizarre. What if I turned out to be a bottomless glutton? Well, he's rich, so I guess it's fine. I don't understand rich people. So, what's the price? Then I'll gratefully accept. He laughed, amused, and genuinely happy. Oh, one more thing. Why did you let yourself fall in on purpose? The pool. Someone like you could have easily resisted that shove. Ah. I thought if they got what they wanted, they'd settle down. If he could think that far, why not sooner? True. But a bit late. You think? Then I'll stop. Yeah, better. All right, I'm heading home. Thank you for everything. I stood. Goodbye to the fluffy bed. You could stay. Don't joke around. Is this guy okay? He seems way too easy to deceive. Or does he think I have no sense of restraint? I pretended not to hear him mutter I'm serious and had him see me to the door. Home. A half-collapsed building in the ruined city. Its original purpose, unknown. For walls and a roof, more or less. Luxury enough here. I'm home. No response. Mom was probably out working. Or maybe hiding somewhere, she does that. I thought about the mansion. The clean room, the soft bed, the delicious food. But longing for things I can't have only makes the present more miserable. I know. That. All right. Time to sleep. The next day. Lunch break. The smell of food near the classroom was torture, so I escaped to the pool. It's always empty, locked behind a rusted gate. Surrounded by high walls. I'm the only one who knows you can climb in using the piled-up junk as stepping stones. Or so I thought. How did you? Zephas stood there. Did you forget? I said I'd bring lunch. You agreed. Well, yes, but... I thought he was joking. Free food forever? That's insane. Sit. Let's eat. He sat beside me in my special spot next to the shower. His lunchbox opened to reveal food I'd never even seen before. It looked like it was glowing. I devoured it. Really good. Zephas gently rubbed my back. I gave him a look, I'm not choking, you know. He just smiled. Your spine sticks out. It's painful to look at. I kept eating. No time to waste on conversation. You're not wearing your jacket today. Aren't you cold? Ah. That's why he brought up my spine. He wanted to ask that. I was wearing it this morning. I paused. I lost it. I smiled. No big deal. Happens all the time. I see. Then take this. He took off his jacket and draped it over my shoulders. What? Are you sure? Won't you be cold? I run hot. And the butler forces me to wear it anyway. But if you catch a cold, I can't repay, I stopped. That wasn't the right thing to say, was it? Normal people would just be worried about him. But I was. Worried about myself. Whether I'd have to pay something back. My earlier gloom returned, heavy as a weight in my chest. I'd always known what I was. Why does it bother me now? Don't worry. His voice cut through the fog. I've always had a strong constitution. His golden hair sparkled in the sunlight. I looked away before it hurt my eyes. Okay. Thank you. The jacket looked thin, but wearing it, so warm. My whole body felt cozy. When I got home, Mom teased me about which rich person I'd sweet-talked. I didn't mind. And for the first time in a long while, with a full stomach, I slept deeply, no nightmares at all. A week of good days. Full stomach. Good sleep. The jacket kept me warm. And then I collapsed. Calm before the storm. After good things, bad things always come. Time to pay. I'm such an idiot. I'd let myself get carried away. After being shown, over and over, how the world works. I repeated the same mistake and felt betrayed, as if anyone had made me. Promises. Darkness all around. I couldn't even tell what time it was. I'd known from the beginning. From the day I committed my sin, I would never be saved again. A person who mustn't be saved. No, I mustn't even wish to be human. Because no matter how I struggle, I can never become fully human. It's fine. This is nothing. I just let my guard down. Almost started hoping. Nothing to be sad about. No need to cry. I raised my arm to wipe away the threatening tears. My vision filled with my own arm, slashed to ribbons. Red blood dripped down, soaking into the ground like rain. But what squeezed my heart far more? Zephas. His jacket. Torn apart along with my arm. Fibers bursting from the gashes. Completely ruined. It had been so warm. Now, so cold. You. Sobs escaped. Tears spilled. I told myself not to cry, crying only makes it worse. Through the sobs, I thought I heard my name. Finally found you. A presence right beside me. Face buried in my wounded arm, I wished, please, let this voice be real. Warmth wrapped around my body. He lifted my upper body gently, and my head throbbed. As if he knew, he rested my head against his chest and stroked my hair. Like a dream. But warm. Touching me. His body heat proved it was real. It's all right now. A low, soft voice from above. The magic words I always chanted to myself, it's fine, usually powerless. But when he said them, they became strong enough to erase any pain. I'm by your side. Really? Yes. As long as you'll allow it. I wrapped my arms around his back and gripped his shirt tight. Pressed my forehead to his neck, clinging to feel even a little more warmth. He adjusted his hold on me. My nose brushed his throat. And there, a scent drifted up. Sweeter than any candy in the world. More alluring. You're losing a lot of blood. You must be hungry. His voice echoed in my hazy mind. Don't hold back. The hand on the back of my head pressed gently, urging me. I tilted my chin up. Pressed my lips to his throat. You don't need to worry about anything. If you want it, take as much as you need. His hand slid slowly over my skin through my clothes. As if pushing me forward, I opened my mouth. And sank my teeth into that pure white skin. Slowly, with pressure. FSSSH, the teeth pierced smooth flesh. I felt his body tense slightly and hesitated. But he patted my head, it's fine, and I couldn't resist that sweet scent anymore. My tongue lapped at the bright red liquid. Delicious. Sweet. Warm. Gentle. Somewhere, nostalgic. I couldn't wait for the memories trying to surface. I pressed my lips again and sucked. Calmed down? His voice snapped me back. Zifas. Hard to tell in the dark, but his always healthy complexion looked a little pale. I am sorry. I drank your blood. My body shook violently. The word echoed in my mind, monster. It wasn't wrong. I'm half human, half vampire. A mongrel with vampire blood mixed in. A fake. Human. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Zifas. I can't apologize enough. I'll do anything. I told you not to hold back. He patted my head again. I don't mind. Whether you're human or anything else, you are still you. I couldn't understand him at all. No. You're completely wrong. Look, I lost to my instincts. I attacked you. Drank your blood. Everyone is right, I'm a monster. I knew that better than anyone. Especially now, my heart and body were sweetly, helplessly satisfied with Zifas's blood. Don't you understand why I pay so much attention to you? The question came too suddenly. I don't know. You're just strange. That's the only reason. Yes. I am strange. Strange enough that even if you were a monster, I'd still love you. We're both strange, so nothing is wrong with that, is it? What? I don't understand. Love? He loves me? I don't get it. Whatever. I'm tired. I don't care anymore. The strength drained from my body. Like falling asleep on a full stomach after lunch. Fog slowly crept over my thoughts. Good night, Lenny. See you tomorrow. The day after I drank Zifas's blood and received his incomprehensible love confession, I ran away. Woke in his mansion, bolted before he reached the room. better if he'd blamed me instead. I'd have done anything to atone. But I love you? What does that even mean? I fled to school. But at lunch, he cornered me in an empty classroom. See? This makes it easier. He rolled up his sleeve, exposing his pale arm. Are you insane? You said you were hungry. Zifas. Drinking someone else's blood is wrong. Because normal people don't drink blood. That's because your normal is based on humans. Just as humans eat other living things to survive, you, with vampire blood, drink human blood to live. What's the difference? I couldn't answer. I'd told myself over and over that drinking blood was a sin. But when Zifas justified it, it genuinely felt like not a sin at all. Unfortunately, this world has far more humans who don't understand. But that's a conversation for another time. For now, just let me give you my blood. I'm saying that's wrong. But hunger had me struggling to restrain the urge to throw myself at his arm. That sweet scent surrounded me, seductive. Why are you hesitating now? You've already drunk it many times. Many times? Just yesterday, that one time, no way. The food Zifas had been giving me. Hadn't it been suspiciously delicious? You didn't notice? You never told me. No. I didn't. If you'd done that to anyone but me, it would be incredibly creepy. Secretly mixing your blood into someone's food. I'd only do it for you. No problem. Just drink. He pulled my hand. I stumbled forward, forehead hitting his chest. He backed me against the window. Are you really okay with this? Yes. I'm not letting you go until you drink. Fine. Here I go. Like being asked to dance, I took his hand. Lowered my head. Bit down. The skin breaking seemed to hurt him, a faint tremor ran through his arm. I almost pulled away. It's fine. It doesn't hurt much. Keep going. His steady voice, his hand on my head. I obeyed, slowly swallowing the welling blood. Unlike yesterday, my first feeding in over a decade, done mindlessly. This time I kept some self-control. I drank just enough so he wouldn't become anemic, and sealed the small wound with a kiss. You healed it? I stepped back and he stared at his arm, no mark remained. Yeah. Half vampires can erase the wounds we make. I've only done it a few times, when I was small. I wasn't sure I could. Does it hurt? Perfect. Thank you. He stroked my hair. Oh, yesterday's wound. I didn't have the presence of mind to heal it. Let me. No. Leave it. Why? Don't tell me you're that kind of weird. Absolutely not. His denial was fierce. Healing must take considerable energy. You've just eaten, no need to strain yourself. How do you know that? I just know. His smile was tender. He kept petting me. Humph. So, about payment. What exactly do you want? I looked up timidly. Even I had started to figure it out, Zifas wasn't going to demand anything from me. Still, couldn't hurt to deploy the ultimate weapon. Puppy dog eyes. Works on most people. Nothing, of course. Really? Thank you, Zifas. Stop pretending. That was a free service. When I got home, Mom wasn't there. Unusual, she was almost always around. Maybe she was actually working? Half humans like us are legally equal to humans, we can study and work. But discrimination is still overwhelming. Companies that hire half humans get government subsidies, so employment has increased. But we get fired for the slightest thing. A flicker of hope, if Mom kept this job, maybe things would get easier. Lenny. Are you here? Mom's voice, frantic. Urgent. Mom? What's wrong? Just come outside. Hurry. I ran out. Circled the house toward the old man's shack. She was kneeling on the ground. Her eyes wide with terror. An expression I'd never seen. I stepped closer. And finally noticed. Ojisan. Beside Mom's knees, a body. A frame less than half my height. A magnificent white beard. Bony hands. Blood from his head, already dried. Unmistakably, the old man's body. What happened? I don't know. I came home and he was already. I dragged my feet closer. His eyes were closed. His expression, somehow peaceful. His clothes were torn, wounds all over. The worst injury was to his head. Hit. With something hard. Brutal. I traced down, head, neck, shoulders. When my eyes reached his tightly clenched hand, I felt something warm. Like a ghost of sensation. You're a good kid. A really kind, good kid. Really? Would this old man lie to you? Hee. No. I don't think so. Those bony hands, not so different in size from mine. But they'd felt warmer than anyone's. More dependable. I loved when he stroked my hair. When I was bullied, I'd run crying to him, and he'd always say I was a good kid. That voice was my salvation. All of it. I loved all of it. I could still vividly remember that voice comforting me till my hot tears dried. The warmth of those hands on my head. But until the very end, I never realized how much he meant to me. That I'd always wanted to call him Grandpa. Through blurred vision, I noticed his hand was gripping something tight. I traced his fingers and gently pried them open. Inside, a tiny golden gear. This is. Probably, he was trying to steal this. And. Mom answered, looking away. I held the gear up to the sunset. Gold sparkled, dazzling like the sun. Why would he? The old man begged, but he wasn't someone who'd resort to theft. Who knows? Something in her tone was off. I stared at her. You know something, don't you? It's Mama. Tell me. Long silence. Finally, a sigh of resignation. In his bed. She gestured with her chin. The old man's bed, built from accumulated debris. There, in the most conspicuous spot, something caught the dying sunlight and blazed like the first star of evening. A watch. No. It couldn't be. With trembling fingers, I picked up the pocket watch. The cover was open. Inside, a strange gap. Exactly the right size for one gear. I brought the gear closer. I have something I've been meaning to give you. Look forward to it. No. That's. The old man had risked his life. For me. To give me a watch. I desperately wound the spring. If the second hand didn't move, it was all a mistake. He didn't deserve to die for someone like me. Tick, 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 tick. The sound of time, keeping its steady rhythm. The thing I'd longed for, now it just rang hollow. I wandered. Walked as far from the ruined city as I could. Walked and walked and walked. By the time I noticed, the sun had long set. By the time my abused feet stopped hurting, a new sun had risen. The ruined city was my home. Not where I was born, only the parents who abandoned me know that. A secret I'll never learn. But the ruined city was where my heart belonged. I'd never once wanted to leave. So why did I hate it now? Why did just remembering it crush my chest and make my head spin? Why did the pain grow stronger the farther I went? The smell of fresh bread drifted from somewhere. Right. I was hungry. But I had no money. My stomach growled, a sound I knew well. But today, hearing it made me unbearably sad. I crouched on the roadside. I wanted to cry. To wail and be found, like a baby, and comforted. To have someone stroke my back and say, "It's okay. I'm right here." It hurts. It hurts so much. "Are you all right?" A voice from above. I looked up. Warm tears traced down my cheeks. Something sad happened, didn't it? Crying like this, poor thing. You look pale, too. Come here. Are you hungry? Our bread is exquisite. No charge, come. An outstretched hand. I saw myself in its direction. It felt like a miracle. Like everything might finally be rewarded. Like anything was possible. So I wanted to try. Thank you. I'm half human. Is that still okay? I looked up timidly, voice barely a whisper. Oh, that? Don't worry about that. Come on, can you stand? This way. She smiled warmly and said it, or rather, she should have. She didn't. My hand, reaching toward hers, was easily swatted away. Without a word, she returned to her shop. Just before closing the door, she looked back, her eyes pierced me with hatred. Where am I? I looked around hazily. Only green. No sign of people. Occasional animal cries, high and low. Sleepy. I shifted. Soft earth and grass touched my skin. Strange warmth. Comforting. My eyelids drooped. A premonition, release from everything. A saving light descending from heaven. I reached for it eagerly. If I just closed my eyes, I could go forward. It's okay. It's okay. I'm here. I won't leave you. Suddenly, something terribly warm touched my cheek. Words I'd been wishing for rained down. The pale light surrounding me vanished, but something far warmer wrapped around me instead. I pressed my cold cheek to it. It stroked me gently, as if warming me. Feeling good, I squinted and rubbed my head against it, asking for more. It enveloped me. Entirely. When I shivered, it said it's okay again and slowly stroked my back. My body grew warm. Sleepiness faded, my vision sharpened. Zifas. Why? Holding me, Zifas. Someone who had no reason to be here. I was worried. Finally found you. My butler, your mother, everyone's been searching. I don't deserve that. Because I wanted too much, the old man. Remembering his death face, my fingers clenched Zifas's shirt. I'd always known. Born half human, I mustn't wish for much. You always lose more than what you wished for. That's not true, Lenny. Slowly. Each word deliberate. No matter how you were born, there's no person who shouldn't have hope. No person who doesn't deserve happiness. And absolutely no person who mustn't receive love. I don't understand love. I'm not the kind of person who deserves to be loved. His finger touched my lips, silencing me. Don't deny the love you've been given. Despite the commanding words, his voice was gentle, wrapping around me. You've unconsciously given so much love to people. And people receive love equal to what they give. That's how this creature, human beings, can live. All that's left is for you to notice. And accept it. Then you can truly be happy. I gave love? He smiled, running fingers through my hair. You're kind to others but harsh on yourself. You must have been thinking, I only act kind to survive. But that's wrong. He saw through me so easily. He always did, as if he'd known my secrets from the start. All the love given to you grew from love you gave first. Even if you didn't recognize it as love. And the proof is, I'm here right now. By your side. His words felt roundabout, dodging the main point. Dropping hints but never giving the answer. But what I understood was, I really did love them, didn't I, Ajizan? Mama. And, you too. The day I first spoke to Zephas, I'd helped him with an ulterior motive. A chance to curry favor. An undeniable fact. I'd done that countless times before. But with Ajizan, with Mama, with Zephas, it was different. Unlike all the others I'd deceived, they gave me love. And I wanted to return it. I see. I really could love people after all. I'm not a good person. I've deceived so many just to survive, you could call me irredeemable. My words and actions were nothing but survival strategy. Just a pitch-black instinct to live. No affection. No love. That's what I'd thought. But I was wrong. I'm half human. I can't live entirely by love like a human. I can't live purely by instinct like a monster. I'm a vague, mixed-up, in-between creature. That's what I am. I looked at the watch in my hand. Opened the cover. Saw the second hand, keeping steady time. I put my hand to my chest. Thump-thump, a heartbeat marking out my life. Something that should have been lost, alone, on the day I was abandoned. I leaned into the warm arms holding me. He'd found the real me. Given me the chance to notice love. Accepted me as I am. In this world, I had unmistakably been loved. It's okay. Everyone has loved you until now. And they'll keep loving you. Of course, including me. When I returned to the ruined city, Mom was waiting outside. The moment she saw me, she ran, relief on her face like I'd never seen. In an instant, I was in her arms. She spoke, haltingly, of worry and fear and love. My awkward mother, putting it into words, it made me so happy. I nodded and nodded. Before sleep, I asked her, why do you want me to call you Mama? Because I don't want distance between us yet. Okasan, mother, sounds so formal. So distant. Embarrassed, she said it with closed eyes. Good night. Good night, Mama. For the rest of your life, I want you to drink only my blood. Where did yesterday's emotional atmosphere go? Poor choice of words. What I mean is, if you're going to drink blood, let it be mine alone. Don't let anyone else's blood inside you. Ideally, I'd have you survive on nothing but my blood, but that would rob you of culinary freedom, so I'll exercise restraint. Though the thought of food grown by others, cooked by others, becoming part of your body is somewhat unbearable. Zephas knelt before me in his mansion's sun-drenched courtyard, holding my hand against a backdrop of tranquil afternoon light, his impossibly beautiful face earnest as he rambled. Like a scene from a movie. Except what he was saying was utterly insane. Also, this is right after I fed from him. Are you okay? Did the blood loss mess with your head? I'm not that fragile. Besides, you held back, didn't you? Even though I told you not to. Well, I couldn't just. So? Will you promise? Never to drink anyone else's blood? I mean, sure. I'd only ever drink from someone who gives permission anyway, and you're probably the only person who'd agree to that. His eyes lit up. I'd never seen that expression before. Wait, it means that much. Of course. Lenny just accepted my proposal. He scooped me up effortlessly, sat on a garden bench, and settled me on his lap. Huh? Wait. Proposal? Face to face with that absurdly perfect face, my thoughts briefly stopped. Proposal, as in marriage proposal? Not pro as in professional? So, are we getting married? You can't just yes me. Did I actually agree to that? You said you'd drink my blood for life. That's not a proposal line. Really? I heard in Japan, people propose by saying, I want to drink your miso soup every day until I die. Isn't it similar? Completely different. I don't know much about Japan, but that's definitely wrong. So you don't want to? Visibly crestfallen, he looked up at me. Why does that expression suit him so well? I don't not want to. I looked down. Thinking. Marriage. With Zifas. I don't really understand marriage. But if it's with you, I guess anything would be fine. Any path, I'd be happy. Because the one who taught me how is right here beside me. I see. Thank goodness. The relief in his voice surprised me, he'd had so little confidence. I looked up to see his face better. At the same moment, he pulled me close. Ah. This is. His warmth touched my lips. Just a few seconds. My heart pounded wildly, but my feelings settled into something peaceful. Eyes closed. Feeling only his warmth. Hey, ages ago I drank human blood once. The taste of that blood, it was really similar to yours. Though I've never drunk enough human blood to compare, so. Maybe I'm imagining it. Ah. That was me. Wait, really? Why didn't you tell me? Didn't seem necessary. Was it necessary for us to end up together? Well, no, I guess not. All those years agonizing over being called a monster by a random passerby, haunted by nightmares, and the person himself was actually someone who wanted to be bitten. Kind of feel cheated. Incidentally, you were my first love. The reason I chose this school was because you were here. Yeah, I'd kind of figured that out. It took me so long to find you. I'm sorry. If I'd found you sooner, you wouldn't have suffered so much. He looked genuinely sad as he stroked my hair. I couldn't help but smile. As if sharing a precious secret, I told him. It's okay. Because if we'd met earlier, we might have reached a different ending, right? The sunlight through the leaves was pleasant. Zifaz's warmth was gentle. I felt drowsy. This ending is the happiest one for me. Zifaz held the softly breathing Lenny against his chest. He'd been tormenting himself, thinking he'd only helped me for his own benefit. I'm so glad he seems freed from that now. There was never anything for him to worry about. Stroking his soft hair, a smile rose naturally. Why did you let yourself fall on purpose? That did make me panic a bit. I could hardly admit it was to naturally catch your attention. That, precisely, is the kind of unnecessary information for Lenny and me to end up together. I'm not as pure a person as Lenny thinks. For our happiness, there's no evil I wouldn't commit. I'll definitely make you happy, Lenny. A soft kiss to his defenseless temple.